after 10 years of blood, sweat, and tears, lots of them, lots of all three, it is finally here. And what I mean is my interactive website that I built this took me 10 years to build. This site took me over 10 years, and a part of that 10 years was conceptualization, coming up with the idea, and then the other part of it was actually building it, developing it, and finding the right people to build and develop it. It's really been a journey and a messy one, and as somebody who is a creative person or an artist who also has ADHD, completion is something that I definitely struggle with, because I come up with so many different creative ideas and I kind of just bounce around before finishing them. But this has been a constant theme throughout my journey and throughout my life of working to build. So without further ado, I want to introduce you all and you guys to www.incendiaryballoons.com. And this website took so long because I had a very, very, very incredibly clear vision. Like with most things, I had a really clear vision about what I wanted it to be. And I really wanted this to be an immersive, interactive experience that you can have fun on. I feel like I wanted to go back to the glory days of websites when you used to sneak onto the computer or go to the computer room, and it's almost like you were transported to this digital world. I think nowadays there's no delineation between the digital world and our world. We're just constantly on our phones, we're constantly on sites, so it becomes like an extension or like a vestigial limb. And this, I wanted to make a clear delineation, like you are stepping into another world. So step into this world with me. It is interactive, it's 3D, and it's really cool. And beyond that, it's for an important cause. So this website is a Black-owned human rights platform where I tell documentaries about social justice news, politics, and report on all issues affecting not just my own community as a Black woman, but also all over the world. So in places like Congo, Korea, Japan, Sudan, Palestine, all over, we're covering human rights and social justice issues. I'm covering human rights and social justice issues, but I'm also covering some fun, fashion, music, entertainment, architecture, whatever interests that you have. We have all different topics. So without further ado, enough yapping and enough chatting, I'm going to take you into the site. So when you first go and type in www.incendiaryballoons.com, instantly you see this giant, instantly you are met by this otherworldly humanoid figure, and the figure is glowing. And the cool part about this is you see how I'm moving my mouse around the keyboard. So I added a trackpad for the mouse. So wherever you move the mouse, the keyboard follows you around. So you have this figure in the back here who's the gold, welcoming you to this new dystopian space or other world in the background. And then this figure, wherever you move your mouse, see I'm moving my mouse up here, I'm moving it to the left, the humanoid figure follows you and is waiting for you to enter the void. And I just thought this was so cool. I think this is like my second favorite feature. My first favorite you'll see pretty soon. But let's enter the void. And we'll say bye. I have to give them a name, but we'll say bye to them for now. Now, this is my favorite feature. This is what took years. Well, not years. Well, yeah, years. It took years to build and to get right. And thankfully, over the years, different technology has evolved. So, things became easier. But yes, this is the home page, and this is the cool part. It is an interactive 3D gallery. So I built a new site basically where I'm updating you guys on politics and human rights. But unlike regular news sites, like if you go to Vice or Al Jazeera or NBC, wherever you get your news from, New York Times, wherever you read. Typically, when you go to their site, basically, if you were to go to, let's say, like whatever news site you read, like let's say you read NBC.com. Or sorry, NBC News. Oh, let's say you read NBCnews.com, right? Let's say that is your main news source. Typically, this is a standard layout of any news platform, right? You could go to any news platform. You could go to New York Times. You could go to Al Jazeera. They all have the same format. So U.S. news, this is the category where things are. This is the politics. I don't like to do anything traditional, so I didn't want to do this same old boring format that you read news in. I wanted to do something really, really unique. And before I take you into the gallery of how the news is laid out, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about what I built. So welcome to Incendiary Balloons. It is essentially a one-of-a-kind documentary news platform televising the revolution and reshaping the media's narrative of our communities. And what you are about to enter is a 3D art gallery. So once you enter, you press the keys on your keyboard to move around the gallery and view all of the website categories. So basically all of the different categories like news, human rights that I just showed you, that is all in a unique interactive museum format because I'm a huge lover of art. Use your mouse to click on each art installation picture frame, and every individual art piece leads you to read more about each individual news topic. So if you are using your mobile phone, you can navigate around the gallery by swiping. Oh, and also on mobile as well. You can use this on mobile as well. So if you're on your mobile phone, which I think most people are accessing through mobile, this is desktop view, but it works perfectly on mobile too. So if you're on mobile, you can navigate around the gallery by swiping on the direction that you want to go. But enough talking, let's enter the gallery. And the gallery loads super, super fast, which is really rare because this is a lot of data and it's interactive, but you can see here's how you control around, right? So welcome. This is the description of how you can use the gallery if you need a reminder. And this is all what I designed, y'all. Like this is all straight out of my head onto the internet. But you press the keys on the keyboard to move around the gallery. And my concept for designing this gallery was thinking of a space that is futuristic and kind of otherworldly, but also combines like botanical garden elements and nature elements while combining technology and like amorphous shapes like you can see in the background here. Construction stilts, to symbolize constantly being in revision and constantly being under work. And more importantly, the different news categories. So these are the categories. So it is not your traditional news site where you can just like go and click on a blog, right? This is, if you want to read our philosophy category, you can just click on each art piece. And these are the art pieces and these are the photos that represent the category. So let's say you want to read about philosophy. Click on philosophy and it takes you to our philosophy blog. Right now, I don't have any news postings. I'm actually currently populating some of the news posts. We have some up so far, but you can see it will take you to read the articles or the section about philosophy. And you can go back. Let's say you're not in the mood for philosophy. Let's say that you want to read about our Spotlight feature, which this picture of Audre Lorde, I love. I love Audre Lorde. She's one of my favorite writers. Or let's say you're in the mood to read about something creative, like related to music or fashion. You can click the creative section. If you're too close, you can back up. I'm hitting my back arrow key. I'm now hitting my left arrow key to view the whole. These are all our categories, all the news we cover. So we cover politics, we cover travel. And like I said, these are clickable. It takes you to the articles. We cover global news. And let me back up so you can see more. I'm going to walk by the tree, actually. Look how good the tree looks. And like, you can literally see the sun, the clouds and everything, and how it's like an open lit room. global news, technology, mental health and wellness. You can access our magazine. This is just like an art piece installation. You can walk past the art piece. You can engage with different things. It's really interactive. Human rights and social justice. Let's say you want to read a topic about that. I just clicked on social justice. This is where you would find our articles and our news. And ignore that somebody's bumping music outside my window right now, period. Hey. I think they're listening to Eve, period. Okay, you listen to culture, Selena, anything for Selena. You can go to our culture section, read our culture articles. That's what happens when you click on it. These are the little, like I said, the construction stilts, because the construction stilts symbolize always being a work in progress. The earth and the greenery and the water symbolize, I just love looking at the water and the trees, but the earth and the greenery and the water symbolize, rebirth and a new future. A future that's also rooted in modernity, but also rooted in like the past as well, because water, earth, and those elements are all super, they're natural prehistoric elements, but they always change and evolve to match the current times. Now you can also look at our different categories, architecture and home. Let's say you want to read about architecture, you can click on that. Beyond the headlines, if you want to read more news. If you're interested in economy, you can click on that. Education, we have education news, entertainment, music, fashion. And let's just walk. I just love walking by this water and looking at this. It's just so look at this. I can't believe that I made this, and I can't believe that it's functional and up. I just want to take a second to look at this and appreciate it, because 10 years, wow. I'm really proud of that. Okay, now we also have our society. We have environmental news, environmentalists. Here, let me back up so you can clearly read it a little bit better. You can see it's really easy. It's really fast. Typically something like this would lag. It would slow down your computer, but I'm moving around fast. Nothing's lagging. My computer's fine. I have all these tabs open at the bottom, and I'm still going fast. Human rights, social justice, food, history and linguistics, environmentalism, society. We have everything, all interests here, and it's super interactive and super fun and symbolic. And yeah, this was just an ode to, I love mixed media and I love art and anything related to art or mixed media, so I really wanted my website to reflect who I am, and I feel like this is an encapsulation of my soul and my mind, my soul, and my essence. So welcome to that. But yeah, definitely check this out. Now I'm gonna exit and go to, this is my favorite part of the site, so that's the home page. Now if you don't want to, let's say you're just looking for a specific article and you don't feel like going through the gallery, right? You can also just access our news categories here under the news category drop down. So you don't have to use, we have easy ways to do it. I mean, both ways are easy, but if you want to take the scenic route and you want to click around the gallery, you can take this scenic route and click around and look around. Or if you're just, you don't feel like going to the gallery, you just want to find something, you can click on a topic. Let's say we go to the human rights topic, right? I already did an article and a documentary in Palestine about this Palestinian engineer named Mossab Ali, who was building virtual reality goggles to help children with PTSD in Palestine. And this is a documentary. If you want to click play and watch it, we also have our interview that we did, but this is a documentary. So that's one that's up already. But yeah, if you want to just do it quickly, you can do that. There's also the next page is the manifesto, right? But before you get to the manifesto, this is I changed my mind. I think this is my second favorite thing on the site because it has so much meaning. Everybody who's a Ghibli fan knows what they're looking at right now. This is a famous, iconic scene from Spirited Away, and this is how you get between the pages on my site. So we don't just, on normal sites, you click and you get to the next page and you're there, whatever, it's boring. But like I said, this is an immersive world, and I want you to stop and really realize, hey, I'm in a whole new digital world right now. and take you into what it's like and into, you know, a different world. And what better way to symbolize that than through the iconic, like my favorite iconic movie, my favorite movie in the world, Spirited Away. This scene is a really transitional scene that's filled with so much ma. And ma is kind of like, it's a Japanese term for the pauses in between that really make a movie beautiful. So this is when Chihiro was waiting for the bus to cross over from the bathhouse to a different part of the spirit realm. And it was a really transitional time for her because it symbolized her like growing up. But you could see I made Chihiro black, period. She's a cute black girl like me. Like, I just wanted to update it. So I did like a 3D design, and you can see the mountains in the back at the water. But what's cool is when you press your right arrow, look what happens. You can see the water moving and Chihiro gets up, and I stopped pressing it. So like look, I'm gonna press the left arrow, it's gonna go back, or the right arrow. When you press your right arrow, it moves. And if you stop, like how I stopped right now, I'm not pressing anything, it doesn't do anything. So like you have full control. Like you control every second that the train moves, every second that she walks. And this is how you get to the next page. You have to catch the spirit train because it's taking you to the next destination. So I'm gonna click and hold the right arrow key. You can see like it moves really smoothly. I'm still holding it and I'm controlling her. I'm actually going to pause. So I stopped clicking it. You can see it paused. She's just sitting on the train. Oh my gosh. Like, this is so nostalgic because Spirited Away is my childhood. It's my muse. Like, everybody knows my Instagram name, Miyazaki taught me. I have tattoos of Spirited Away, of Haku, the water dragon. Like, this symbolizes so much. And the fact that I made her a black girl is just perfect representation. So yeah. I'm going to press the arrow key again and go to the next page, but I just left that. Okay, so now we're on the manifesto page. So this is still interactive, and each of these symbolizes something from my childhood or like about my identity. So one, these gold hoops that say incendiary balloons, growing up, especially being African American, like my grandma always said, never leave the house without your hoops. Like, I had a whole tattoo of hoop earrings because she always would say, like, you don't leave your house without your hoop earrings. And I just always grew up wearing big hoops. Like, everyone in my family never left the house without hoops. So those door knockers symbolize that, but I added like my company's name inside of it, the platform's name, Incendiary Balloons. Then I have the hug drink. If you're from Philly, you know these used to be 25 cents. I don't even know if they exist anymore. But I grew up drinking that, going to the corner store and drinking a hug, like blue raspberry. I don't think it was called blue raspberry. Honestly, I just called it blue. Blue was my favorite flavor. I love all things blue flavor. And I used to go to the corner store with like my aunt, and we used to drink hugs. And I know in different states you guys call it different things, but we call it hugs in Philly. And I used to drink hugs, and I used to get hot chips, the Utz hot chips, or like the cheap hot fries or something. This represents chakras, as you know. This grills, I love grills, acrylic nails. All of it represents Black culture, like grills, acrylic nails, and chakra centering yourself. And then, of course, this is sort of like a futuristic fist, where it symbolizes Black futurism. So everything on this site to me has a personal meaning, and I just love the gradient background. But anyway, we're on the manifesto page. So if you want to read, instead of writing traditionally about us, I'm really into manifestos and movements and revolutions. I'm really inspired by the Black Panthers, the Young Lords, different socialist party movements. So I didn't want to write an about. I wanted to write a manifesto and points that I believe in, like platform points that represent what this site is about and what the mission and the goal is with this documentary platform. So let's click on one of these. If you want to read about it, you have to click on one of these. So I'm going to click on the earrings. When you click on one of the icons, it takes you to read about, this is our manifesto. And you can read the manifesto on the site. It just basically tells everything I stand for. And we also have a visual manifesto as well, which talks about everything that, you know, we represent, everything we believe, the part. When I say we, honestly, it's I, because like I haven't really built, I'm currently trying to build a team right now. But yeah, everything that Incendiary Balloons is about, everything this platform represents, you can click the video and watch it. I'm going to mute it for now. But basically, like, this is our visual manifesto, and that's me telling what the platform's about. Meet the creator and CEO. And this is how you get to the next page again. I'm going to go to the next page. If you don't want to do this and you don't want to click it, you can always hit skip right here. But I like to go through the train. But if you just want to skip it and go to the next page, you can. You don't have to go through the train, but I like to do it. Now, here is about me as the founder of the platform. This just tells me a little bit about like what inspired me, my inspirations. I list like Audre Lorde, Frida Kahlo, Tupac, James Baldwin, Will Smith, Hayao Miyazaki, Sandra Cisneros. All are like my inspirations, and just like growing up in Philly and New York, like what inspired me. So this is, again, you see the stilts in the background because stilts are very symbolic. Construction stilts are very symbolic for me. And also, you know, it represents so much about construction and being in a constant state of development and under work. So that's what I love about the stilts in the sky. It also reminds me of Solange's song, Cranes in the Sky. So yeah, like I said, everything is symbolic. Next page, watch our documentaries. Like I said, you can skip this page if you want in the upper right, but I love to go on this train. Like, I'm always going to do it every time. I'm never going to skip. Now, our next page is where you can watch all the documentaries I did. So, like I said, we're a documentary news platform where I travel around to different parts of the globe doing human rights documentaries. And this is a documentary that I did in Japan, Somalia, about fighting for rights, like decolonizing the myth of the Somali pirate and showing you that Somali pirate is not a real word. It's like something that was created by Western imperialist powers against fishermen who are protecting their land from toxic dumping and illegal dumping. We have Japan's underground business that helps people disappear forever from society. So I went to Japan and interviewed the person who runs a Jihatsu business who helps people disappear. And you can press play and click on it. It's a really, really cool documentary. All of it is really, really cool. Like, this is the documentary in Palestine about virtual reality and helping children fight PTSD. This is Japan's schoolgirls fighting against the sexism that exists. Here's the visual mission statement. And here's, I did a documentary on Lake Lanier about fighting for reparations. I interviewed past descendants of Lake Lanier who are currently still fighting for reparations for, the black town that essentially racist white townspeople committed a genocide against the black townspeople, and it was like another Tulsa that happened, and Lake Lanier is built under that cursed lake. This was a video essay I did about Hawaii's wildfire, exposed neocolonialism and tourist exploitation. And yeah, there's so much more. Then we have the magazine page. This is coming soon. So this is like a coming soon page. This is an interview I did with G Herbo and Mona Leo. Everybody knows G Herbo and Mona Leo. I love their music, but I interviewed G Herbo about PTSD and in fighting against kind of like imperialist oppression that's put on our community, especially the African American community, and like fighting against like ways to combat PTSD in our society. Because I was diagnosed with PTSD, and I know a lot of other Black people who grew up in cities or grew up in America in general have PTSD from like a number of different things, whether it's losing friends to gun violence, to the system, and just like different systematic oppression points. We were talking about ways, we were just talking about PTSD and ways to combat it within the African American community. And then with Mona Leo, we were talking about conquering anxiety, mental health, and Black entrepreneurship as a woman. But yeah, these are coming soon. I think the full interview with Mona Leo is out right now. The G Herbo one's coming soon. Do not have the visual mission statement. So again, I'm gonna always take the train. I just love getting to page like this. Okay, this is the visual mission statement, and these koi fish in the back are really symbolic. One, because I'm a Pisces and I have a deep connection to water in several different ways, and I love koi fish. I love that shot. But yeah, this is the visual mission statement. So if you don't want to read the manifesto and everything, although we are an ever-changing fluid dreamscape, here is an amalgamation of who we are visually. And this is just me, it's muted, but I'm telling all about, like, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek. It's meant to be like a really old school commercial. It's tongue-in-cheek, and it's meant to be like an old school commercial where, like, 1950s style, but like really tongue-in-cheek with different things going on in the background. That's me in Korea filming my documentary. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. Protest resources. Now, if you want protest resources, this is just, in support of our community's fight for liberation against racist, bloodthirsty, and oppressive organizations and institutions. So in support of the progression and sustainment of Black youth-led movements, basically I wanted to create a list of, bail funds, virtual mental health resources, cancer support, like all things that will help on a judicial, also like a clinic level, health and clinic level, judicial level, all the different areas, of mutual aid and support. I wanted to provide a list here. So, and then lastly, we have the contact page. So let's go. Let's get on the train. Taking the midnight train to Georgia. And last is just a contact. Like, if you have a story that you want me to cover, or if you just want to get in touch, if you want to collaborate, if you want me to direct something for you, creative direct, shoot something, cover a story, like whatever it is, or if you just want to talk and connect, like reach out here. Just put your name, your last name, your email. Yeah, reach out here. Just put your name, your last name, your email, your phone number, description, whatever you want to say. You could even just say hi. And yeah, and I love this. I customized the text. I wanted the text to be like a digital, kind of like if you ever saw Kim Possible, when Wade is on his computer. Like a lot of times I feel like the older I get, I feel like Wade, because I'm always in front of my computer typing and working on something. But when Wade or like Kim uses the beeper, the pager, like this is the format of the text. It's very digitalized green text. So, yes. That is my site. These are like facts, questions, frequently asked questions. Are there any social medias? Yes, you can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. And YouTube. Please subscribe on YouTube at Incendiary Balloons and Incendiary Balloons Media. Do you accept sponsored or advertised content? Yes. For inquiries, you can reach out to contact@incendiaryballoons.com. Can I request specific contact be covered? Yes. If you do, you can email contact@incendiaryballoons.com. Just make sure you spell it right so it goes to the right email, and I'll help explain it, dive deep. We can cover whatever. Can you contribute as a writer, broadcast journalist, or contribute your own story? Yes, that's the short answer. But I'm still in the early stages of building, like very early stages. Well, not early stages. Technically, I've been building this for 10 years, but like as far as like actually taking the leap of faith and putting it out to the public, and not just something that is like was in a conceptual stage. So I'm still in the early stages, but if you're interested in contributing, definitely reach out to inquire directly about freelance submissions, because I would love to support and publish you guys' work. So yes, let's go back to the site and just give one last look at this beautiful art gallery and news categories. I just want to look one last time at this because this is so beautiful. Like, and on mobile, it looks even better. Like, you guys can go on your phone right now, and it's kind of like playing a game on mobile. But that is Incendiary Balloons, and expect more. Like, I'm excited for the future, and I just want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have questions about anything, like what you think of the site, And yeah, thank you.